What's up, y'all? It's Quinn Steven. I'm back with another YouTube video. I was thinking about making it short about this topic, but I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. 60 seconds is not gonna encapsulate how I feel about this subject. Now, before we dive into this topic and get into the video, let me first say that all this information that's being spewed in this video is alleged as of now. So let's dive right into this story and try to make some sense of it. So Sherrone Moore is now the former head coach of the Michigan Wolverines football program after he was arrested yesterday, and they fired him immediately, and they said that the reason was with cause at first. They didn't come out with the whole complete story, but I saw that and I figured, he must have done something, and boy, did he ever. So I'll just give you the cliff notes instead of the whole story, because I'm pretty sure you can look that up and see the whole thing for yourself in full detail. But basically the cliff notes of the story is, basically the man had an affair. He had an extramarital affair with an assistant on the football team staff, and the school found out about it, said it violated several violations of the code of conduct and this and that and the third, and they immediately let him go. So already off the rip, we're off to a terrible start, and we think, okay, this is terrible, it's bad as it gets, this and that and the third. No, this story takes a turn for the worse. So in the story, it's not revealed, at least not yet, who came forth and told school officials about the contents of their relationship, but I'm assuming that Sherrone Moore thought that it was the assistant who came forth and, turned two on him and dined him out. And so he goes to her place with a knife, threatens to kill her, and then he threatens to kill himself over the findings of the situation. It's not revealed whether his wife knows about it. I'm pretty sure, obviously by now she does, but I'm pretty sure she knew about it before, because he was over there, he was distraught, this and that and the third. They ended up calling the cops and he was arrested. And then later on in the day, we got some more details. I'll tell you what, if you don't have a Twitter or X account, I'm telling you, if you get on there, you're gonna find out just about anything you wanna find on there. Obviously you can with other sites too, but Twitter's gonna give you the perspective of the user, and it's gonna give you the news as well. So it's a great source if you ask me. But basically we found out later in the day that not only did he have an affair, he got the assistant knocked up and later forced her to have an abortion. Allegedly, they're saying that he may have had like a plan B, like DoorDash to his office or something like that. He had delivered super fast and quick to his office or to her house, something along those lines. It's alleged. I don't know if that's how true that is, but just start throwing that in there. But yes, forced her to have an abortion, all these different sorts of things. So you have that twist to it. And then it was revealed that he increased her salary, strangely enough, by about $32,000. She was getting paid, I would say, about $58K. And just in 1 year, her salary just went straight up to $90K for doing the same job. Things that make you go, Now it's worth noting right now that Sherrone Moore is currently in the Washington County Jail in Michigan for the alleged assault. And it's also worth noting that because he violated school policy on inappropriate relationships and things of that nature, that the buyout clause in his contract is now gone. So they don't owe him any money anymore for this. They can fire him and terminate him and not have to owe him any more money, basically. Now it's also worth noting too that Sherrone Moore had roughly, I want to say between $14 and $17 million left on his contracts. That's what he's missing out on, he and his family, by him putting him in this just insurmountable bind. And obviously with the, now his team may sue for wrongful termination, but with the documented NCAA violations and obviously with the criminal charges and this and that and the third, it's gonna be a very, very tall mountain to climb for them to actually win that case. And finally, let's keep in mind that if he is indeed convicted of a misdemeanor, that he will be rendered unemployable by both major college football and NFL for the foreseeable future. All right, guys, so that's pretty much most of the gist of what we know right now. And then let me just say this, hey, fellas, I really hope y'all are paying attention to the story, not just for gossip purposes or to make content or anything like that, even though that's what I'm doing, but it's really for educational purposes, all right? Because we have to know that this could be any one of us as long as you don't have sexual discipline in your workplace, at home, wherever you're going, wherever you're doing. Gotta have that, because the simple fact of the matter is a man without sexual discipline is a man that is a liability to any business, whether he's the CEO or whether he's the lowest on the totem pole, right in the middle, kind of sort of up on the way up the ladder, this and that and the third. Here's a guy, Sherrone Moore, who, wasn't Jim Harbaugh, didn't do the job that Jim Harbaugh did in Michigan, but he didn't do a bad job. I think they were, 7-5, 8-5 last year, beat Alabama in the bowl game. A little bit better this year than last year, and they'll play Texas in the Citrus Bowl. But he was treading water at the very least. He was treading water, I would say. But all that's done, all that's gone now. They had so much potential to get better. They're still getting all these great recruits, because it's Michigan, it's a high caliber job, which is the other thing I want to say. Like, you had this great opportunity at this high caliber job that a lot of people didn't really think that you should have had, to be honest with you. A lot of people thought that Michigan could have had much better choices for the head coaching job and this and that and the third. And you had the opportunity. And like I said, you were getting a little bit better every year, and there wasn't much reason not to keep you around until you go on and you do this foolishness. It's absolutely foolish, 100%, and it's 100% his fault. I don't feel bad for him. He has to own up to the choices that he's made. I feel bad for his wife and his kid, or kids. I don't know how many he has, but for his family, I'll just say that. Just a mess all the way around. We gotta do better, guys. Really gotta do better. I can say for sure these are talks that your parents probably had with you, that, my parents had with me, about sexual discipline and do not, drop a deuce where you eat and all this other stuff, about having workplace relationships, things of that nature, because a lot of times those don't end up the best, especially when you're involving people who are already married and this and that and the third, and then all this blows up in your face. Now your career's gone. Now your money's gone. All this is gone. You can try to sue, but that's going to cost money. And then you lose that, you're in a world of trouble. Who's to say what's going to happen with the wife and the kids? I can kind of see where this is going, but let's see what happens. You never know. But very, very unfortunate situation all the way around. I'm sure we're going to hear so many more details about this story to come. This is a fresh story. It's been out for less than 24 hours, and there's a lot more to come. So, like I said before, we just gotta do better, guys. We really gotta do better. But let me know what you think in the comments below about this video. And as always, thank you guys for tuning in. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Till next time, Cool and Steve signing out. See you all in the next video.